Archangel Michael, let go and be free. I am Archangel Michael, and I am here to be with you, to help you in these times that are now and in these times that are approaching. In these times when the forces of darkness are increasingly present, and you understand that certainly those forces exist, but know that those forces of darkness are trying harder and harder to hold on to the old ways, to hold on to the status quo. They want to continue to be in power, but it is you yourselves who are taking that power away from them, and they don't like it. So they are doing everything they can now to cling to power, which means they must cling to you, to the collective you everywhere, and they need that fear, that anger, that hatred, all of it, all of what you would consider negative emotions. They need it to feed on, to continue to have control of this matrix. But more and more you are realizing that this truly is a matrix, a creative illusion in which all of you are living right now. And more you realize that it is just an illusion and that you can free yourselves from it at any moment. Whenever you want, you can free yourselves. So do not let them keep you prisoner. Do not let this programming keep you prisoner. You can let it go, you can rise above it and be free once again to attend to your own affairs, whatever they may be, whatever your mission is, whatever you came here to do. Now you can be free to dedicate yourselves to this task, as it has been said, to the mission of your Father, and this is why you are all here. So allow it to happen, allow everything to begin to coalesce, so to speak, to come together to be part of this new expression, this new creative expression that you are all creating. The power is within you, and if at any time you feel you are being controlled or that the forces of darkness are trying to control you, to cling to you, simply say no, enough, let go of all the chains, bonds, and fetters that have held you prisoner for so long in this illusion of the three-dimensional matrix. Enough, say no more, say begone, and once you have done that, if you need to call upon me, call upon your other guides as well, the ascended ones, even your brothers and sisters from the stars are there to help you. Ask for what you need, ask for guidance and help, and you will receive it in that moment. You won't even have to wait, it may not come exactly in the way you expect, but you will receive the guidance and help. So simply let go and let God, all your guides assist you and work through you and with you, and once you do this, you will find that the door is much closer than you can imagine. I am Archangel Michael, and I now leave you in peace, love, and unity, so that you may continue to realize the incredible power, the divine spark, that is within each of you. Metaphysics lessons, the great frequency shift. There are moments in the evolution of consciousness when life itself begins to change frequency. What once seemed familiar no longer resonates. What you once enjoyed suddenly feels empty. People, places, habits, and even dreams that have been part of your life for years begin to fade without any apparent explanation. This is one of the most profound lessons of ascension. You are not necessarily losing yourself, you are becoming more attuned to the person you are becoming. The pivotal year and the frequency shift. We are going through a pivotal period in the great cycle of consciousness, connected to the central point of the precession of the equinoxes, a turning point between eras, cycles, and collective awareness. When frequency changes, frustration often precedes clarity. You might wonder why you've stopped doing things you've done for years. Why you no longer want to go to the same places. Why certain conversations exhaust you. Why some relationships feel different. Why activities that once gave you pleasure suddenly feel disconnected from who you are. The answer is that your inner frequency has changed. The soul often withdraws its energy from what no longer belongs to the next chapter. The unique path and the third language. As consciousness expands, we begin to understand that there is no single path to awakening. Every soul has its own curriculum, its own timing, and its own way of remembering. Eventually, one begins to communicate through what is called the third language, beyond words and ordinary perception. It is the language of intuition, energetic recognition, synchronicity, feelings, and inner knowing. You don't always need someone to tell you the truth. You perceive it spontaneously. This is why the path ahead becomes increasingly intuitive. Every soul will be called to listen more deeply within, rather than constantly seeking permission, answers, or directions externally. Duality becomes more contrasting. One of the most profound metaphysical lessons of learning in this life is the increasing contrast within duality. The light becomes brighter. The darkness becomes darker. The positive becomes more positive. The negative becomes more negative. What was once hidden becomes increasingly difficult to conceal. This does not mean that people suddenly become entirely good or entirely bad. It means that the energetic imprint behind choices, intentions, and behaviors becomes increasingly transparent. The truth of what a person carries within themselves begins to reveal itself transparently through the choices they repeatedly make. In the new Earth energy, transparency becomes undeniable. Daily decisions become powerful expressions of alignment. The people you surround yourself with matter greatly. Your continuous choices matter. What you tolerate matters. What you consciously create matters. What you choose when no one is watching matters. In this emerging awareness, individuals increasingly choose which world they belong to through the frequency of their daily lives. Pure intention is the catalyst. One of the most important lessons is understanding the difference between wanting something and being perfectly in tune with it. Pure intention does not involve manipulation. It does not force. It does not chase. It does not need to control the outcome. Pure intention is the soul's energetic declaration that says, "This is what I am truly in alignment with." When intention, action, and inner frequency become coherent, the path begins to change. This is why some manifestations seem to arrive when you finally stop forcing them. You have changed the frequency from which you are asking. Ancient souls become teachers. This increases. In future timelines, many of the ancient souls who have gone through the deepest lessons of this transition and have consciously transformed will be recognized in a completely different way. They will be known as teachers because they have experienced more and gathered more information. Ancient souls are recognized as teachers because they have lived the lessons. They are recognized as masters of life, souls who understand compassion because they have experienced suffering, who understand discernment because they have experienced deception, who understand sovereignty because they have learned to stand alone, and who have mastered duality and truly understand love because they have gone through its absence. Their wisdom will spring from their naturalness, not from authority. They will simply teach by their being. The train through the ages. Imagine the soul as a train traveling through countless eras. Each life is another carriage. Each experience adds another carriage. Relationships, lessons, losses, awakenings, memories, karmic patterns, and moments of profound transformation are all contained within it. 4 generations, the train has continued on the same tracks. But eventually, a point comes when the soul reaches the switch. And the switch represents conscious choice. You can continue on the familiar track, carrying the same patterns into another cycle. Or you can throw the switch. And when you do, you free not just one carriage. You free them all. The accumulated stories. The old identities. The false inherited patterns. The versions of yourself built around survival. The need to repeat what has already been learned. The train changes direction because the soul has finally chosen another timeline. This is what a deep awakening can be like. Not the destruction of your past, but the detachment from the attachment to its perpetuation. The switch is in your hands. The train is already moving. It is about consciously choosing the track. The choice is being made now. The timelines that are emerging do not belong to a distant future. They are being created through the choices being made now. Every act of integrity strengthens one reality. Every act of fear strengthens another. Every choice of love over revenge changes the trajectory. Every choice to remain conscious rather than reactive changes the trajectory. Every time you choose truth over illusion, sovereignty over dependence, compassion over judgment, and authenticity over approval, you are placing another piece of your soul on the path you have chosen. This is one of the greatest metaphysical lessons of all. The future is not something waiting to arrive. It is continuously chosen. And as consciousness becomes more transparent, the frequency you carry, the people you associate with, the choices you make, and the intentions behind those choices will increasingly reveal which world you are creating and which world you belong to. In loving and devoted service to Ascension. Curated by the AscensionLightworkers. Angel's message. Add it to my file, dear friends. We love you so much. Everything in your life is simply an experience. Some experiences you like, others you don't. From each one you learn what you wish to create next. It is very helpful for you to consider life as a series of stepping stones. If you love and appreciate something in your life, it is a stepping stone towards a greater intensity of that feeling. If something does not please you, turn your thoughts to what you would prefer to experience, and you will attract to yourself a greater amount of that feeling. As you proceed on your journey, it is normal and natural to change, refine, and even amplify your desires. You are a living being, continuously growing and expanding, without end, and you will never arrive at a final destination. You have heard it said so many times, but it is true, the joy is in the journey. And we would add that the journey includes many stops you call destinations, but in the end these also change, as your eternal soul passes through its different lives. How then can you enjoy this eternal journey more as the days go by? Seek what you like. Appreciate what you like. And when something does not please you, seek what you will like in its place. Suppose you love receiving angelic messages on license plates. It fills you with joy every time you see one. Without ever asking for more, your joy sends a signal to the universe. Send me more things that give me this feeling of being seen, heard, and connected. You might start seeing more messages on license plates. You might see more angel numbers. You might start perceiving us more clearly in your minds and hearts. Your joy in these feelings of appreciation and connection is calling forth more of them. Imagine meeting a very kind shop assistant, waiter, or waitress. You appreciate them immensely. You dwell on how precious they are and how pleasant it was to be in their company. You talk about it with your friends. Watch what happens. Your silent prayer, your energy field, will draw you towards other kind and delightful souls. Conversely, suppose you have the worst waiter you have ever met. Now you have a choice. Focus on the bad experience. Complain thoroughly, going well beyond simply reporting the poor service. Tell all your friends to avoid that restaurant. And watch the parade of people with less than perfect service who will show up in your life. Or you can use the experience as a springboard to something better. You can report the poor service and move on. You can tell yourself, maybe they had a bad day. Maybe they don't like their job. But in any case, I prefer to meet pleasant people who love their life and their work, and you start focusing on those who have proven to be pleasant. Soon, you will start attracting better people again. So whatever you experience, you can use it as a springboard for future experiences. You can appreciate it and become attracted to other experiences, or you can appreciate something better and become attracted to something even better. Dear friends, you will all face challenges and encounter difficult people in your lives, but these do not have to become destinations. Rather, consider them stepping stones that will push you to refine your creations, expand your self-esteem, and inspire you to build a better, more love-filled life. An acorn falls to the ground. It seeks the light, sprouts, and makes its way above the surface. Along the way, it encounters a rock and changes direction. It strengthens itself by clinging to the rock. It pushes through hardened soil and strengthens its desire to find the light. In years of scarce rainfall, it extends its roots deep, drawing more nutrients during droughts and even more during abundant rains. In any case, overcoming difficulties to reach the desired light is what ensures it a longer, healthier, and more extraordinary life experience. Likewise, through your joys and challenges, you will grow towards a greater light, a richer life, and a broader awareness of all that you truly are. God bless you. We love you so much. The angels. What loneliness taught me that productivity never could if I could go back in time to talk to myself when I was 20. The most important advice I would give myself is, my goal is to learn to be alone, without distractions. It is the most undervalued skill of your 20s, and technology is making us lose it. Listen to me. For much of my life, I wanted to be extremely productive, find the perfect system and tools, and optimize everything. It turned out to be an endless, exhausting, and meaningless game, because you never finish and you never reach perfection. Don't get me wrong, I believe that being productive has its uses, as long as you have meaningful goals and don't just perform tasks for their own sake. I am not criticizing the ability to focus and get things done. But in today's world we face some difficult challenges. We are always online. Constantly distracted. Social media has perfected the algorithm to make us addicted. We shop and eat hyper-palatable foods to fill the void we feel. The world seems increasingly chaotic and hostile. We feel powerless and often unhappy with ourselves. This is not an easy situation to handle. Productivity will not solve any of these problems. Take refuge in solitude. Let's talk about it. How solitude teaches us deeper lessons in the midst of chaos, distractions, addictions, and feelings of helplessness. We have the opportunity to learn and grow in extraordinary ways. One of the most effective ways is to completely unplug and learn to be alone in silence. Not always alone, and not always disconnected, but for targeted periods. For example, take a daily 1-hour walk without devices or music. Or dedicate yourself to meditation for short periods throughout the day. Or have meals in silence, without technology or distractions. This process will lead us to notice our tendency to turn to technology, distractions, food, drugs, alcohol, and more. We will begin to recognize the impulses and cravings. We don't have to judge them, but simply observe them, just as we observe how things work. Then, in the silence and solitude, we can simply sit with the impulses and cravings, and with any other sensations we notice. Let's sit and let ourselves feel, without expecting them to disappear. If you can do this, it will change everything. I wish I had learned this when I was 20. Here are some other things I have learned through this practice of solitude. How to manage my emotions when I felt lonely, sad, dissatisfied with myself, upset, anxious, or overwhelmed. How to begin to appreciate myself, who I am even when I am not productive or making others happy. My inner qualities, which are always present. This self-appreciation is the antidote to personal dissatisfaction. How to appreciate the present moment, without unnecessary frills. We take refuge in online distractions and social media, in food and substances, because we think there is something wrong with our present experiences without all of this. But if we can appreciate wonderful moments just as they are, we don't need anything else. How to use difficult moments and emotions to open up. Usually these difficult moments and intense emotions close us in on ourselves, but we can learn to open up when they arise. This means relaxing the body and nervous system and learning to find the opportunity in the difficult moment, the appreciation and love. These are profound lessons that I encourage everyone, young and old, to meditate on. Alone, in wonderful silence. With love, Zen Habits by Babauta. He who serves in Shoshanna, present and future OWS Om Mani Padme Om Mani Padme OM. Greetings to those who serve here. Shoshanna is here and we are ready to assist you with any questions. Do you have questions for OWS and Shoshanna? Member yes. As we continue to await the currency evaluation, I wonder if it is the most anticipated event in human history. OWS, we will tell you that there are many anticipated events at this time. Many are waiting for various changes to occur. What you mentioned, the revaluation, the global currency reset, the financial change, all these things, this is a change. But there are many others, like the revelation of your brothers and sisters from the stars, the release of new technologies. All these things are coming. But we tell you, do not wait for them. Let things happen, let them come as they are. Be joyful at all times, as much as you can, and you will find that there is no longer any need to wait. If you are waiting, then you are part of the matrix and cannot let it go. The power is within you, you who are asking this question, as well as all of you on this call and all of you who will hear these words later. Each of you has within you the power to resist the dark side, to carry out your own activities, and to free yourselves from everything that has held you back. As Arcangel Michael gave us, you are all capable of living life on your own terms when you understand that power truly resides within each of you. Shoshanna, do you have anything to add? Shoshanna, no, not at this time. OWS, very well. Are there any other questions? Member, I would like to add a clarification to my previous question. Before becoming an ascended master, did you also have this problem of waiting for things to happen, just like us? OWS, before becoming ascended, you must understand that we are a collective. I am not just one I. I am a we here. We are a we, and before this, sometimes we were also part of the illusion, but we reached a point where we realized, and all the ascended ones have reached that point, that we had the power within us, exactly as we are trying to teach you here, to understand that the power is within you, it has always been there, it will always be there, and once you understand that, you can truly disconnect from the matrix, from the three-dimensional illusion, and you can live your life as you wish without being controlled by programming anymore. And once you have done this, once you have come to the awareness of truly creating your own reality and that believing is seeing, and all these things we have worked on with you, then the door, the dimensional door, will be right there in front of you and you can walk through it. As in the movie The Matrix, we can show you the door, but you are the one who must walk through it. Member, okay, so where is the door? Is it present in your consciousness, in your mind? OWS, all we can tell you is that you must find it for yourself. Are there any other questions? Member, I was listening to some music of Arcturian angels singing and Pleiadian angels singing, and it occurred to me that perhaps angels, from the very beginning, are our star brothers and sisters. So I wondered if you could tell us something more about angels, where they are, who they are, what they are, and also what the difference is between an angel and an archangel. OWS, gosh, this is a really complicated question for a three-dimensional consciousness beginning to understand it. But you must understand that angels are a different creation from the human race. They have existed for a very long time and have a different mission, one might say, from yours, as members of the human race. You must also understand that there have been times when you, in other incarnations, may have been part of this angelic realm. It is not distinct, in that no one can enter it unless they were part of it from the beginning. You see, you have experienced so much in every field, one might say, for countless eons of time, countless dimensional frequencies that you have inhabited again and again and again and again, and the archangels were there from the beginning of all creation, and are still here, to assist humanity and all other civilizations that need their help at any time they need it, again very complicated. Shoshanna, do you have anything to add? Shoshanna, well, we would like to know if OWS's answer is sufficient? Member, okay, so I have the follow-up on the Pleiadian versus Arcturian matter. So, Pleiadians and Arcturians were simply races of angels? Is that what we have here, since they keep talking about it in the song, or are the angels in question specific angels that oversee their realm or something? Shoshanna, well, you have gone through many evolutions, many environments, and many places among the stars. You are a multidimensional being who has lived many lives. What we can say is that regarding whether an angel is Arcturian, Pleiadian, or from some other star system, it doesn't matter, because the angel itself is a creation that has a mission, just like you humans. So they all have the same mission, and the mission is, guess what, to protect human evolution. This is why angels exist, to protect human evolution and protect the other evolutions occurring on other planets, including the Pleiades and other star systems. Their mission is to protect, and the archangels have simply lived through more experiences. They have gone through longer evolutions, learned more, grown in strength and understanding. They have taken on more and more responsibility and are greater, you see, not better, just greater in evolution, and they have more responsibility and they have taken it on and asked for it, you see. It is like the famous Michael. The famous Archangel Michael has immense power, but he is there to protect, he is there to reveal the truth to you. He is part of the angelic evolution, but he has ascended above ordinary angels, reaching the position of Archangel, not so much in terms of hierarchy, but of a higher position. Is this clear to you, sister? Member, yes, exactly. So I guess there are archangels who have ascended to this level, but also archangels who were already present from the beginning. Is that correct? Shoshanna, yes. That is correct. Member, okay, wonderful. OWS, we would like to add that you, and we mean many of you, not just you who asked this question, have been in positions that have allowed you to create far beyond your wildest imagination, in terms of creating stars, galaxies, planets, systems. All of this you have created, all of this in the past. This is something to reflect on, in the totality of what you are. Are there any other questions? Member, one more quick question. Can I ask for help to heal this body? Shoshanna, of course, and when you ask for help, dear sister, you are strengthening yourself. You are joining energies, and therefore you are strengthening your ability to heal yourself. Do you understand? It has always been this way. Even the great Yeshua, when he healed someone, it was because of their faith and nothing else. So you must believe and ask an ascended being, and they will come to your aid and help you heal. OWS, and we would like to add that your science, even your medical science, not the allopathic one, but the alternative one, already knows that the body is capable of self-healing. You just need to give it the right stimulus to be able to do so. So believing is seeing, so if you believe you can heal yourself, you will heal yourself. Your body will respond to your belief system, and the more you, collectively, understand this, the more those various technologies that are about to be released will be made available to the general public. Shoshanna, one last thing, please. Do you happen to know a person named Bradley Nelson? Member, no, I don't. Shoshanna, well, we tell you that he is the author of Emotion Code and Body Code, so we highly recommend you get these books, either in Kindle or Audible format, or if you prefer to read, you can pick up the book Emotion Code, because this doctor has discovered the tools for self-healing and has taught this technique to many. Often, because of the way we act and the way our brain works, we need a technique. So we suggest you do this, get those books. OWS, are there any other questions? If there are, we'll take one more, then we'll close the channel. Member, I have a question. During meditation, Archangel Michael asked us to visualize the pyramids, and the ones I see are mostly the ones we've been told about, namely the Egyptian, South American, and Mexican ones. Whereas a pyramid in the United States, or a focal point, or an energy enhancement site where ley lines intersect, that we could focus on to bring more energy through the United States. Thank you. OWS, we suggest two, the Sedona area and Mount Shasta. There are others, but to start, you can choose these. Member, thank you OWS, alright, then we are ready to close the channel. In conclusion, We just want to tell you to continue letting go of the old, the past, everything, and to find yourselves more and more in the present, in the here and now, and to find that strength within you to be in the present and enjoy life at every moment, moving forward. Shanti, peace be with you. Be the one. The 12D creators. What are the creators doing for humanity right now? We are here for you. We are the creators. We are a collective of non-physical beings of the 12th dimension. We are here to help you. We understand you, even when you think you are not being clear. You communicate much more than you think, because you think your communication is limited by what you can say, write, or do with your hands. But in every single instant of your existence you communicate a great deal to the entire universe, and we, as a non-physical collective consciousness, find ourselves in a dimension where we can perceive what you are transmitting. We know humanity asks for a lot, and we also know we are here to help you receive what you have asked for. We bring you into a higher vibrational state by fascinating you with our words and sounds, our tone and frequency, and so you can receive more because you have focused your attention on something that is at least neutral, and perhaps even positive by your definition. You access more inner knowledge and wisdom when you tune in to beings like us. We cannot take credit for everything you receive when you are tuned into one of our transmissions. You like to give a lot of credit, and sometimes even a lot of blame, to non-physical entities for what you receive and do not receive. But you who allow us to do what we are here for, understand how much you benefit by paying attention to what is non-physical, to what vibrates at a higher frequency, and to what is full of energy, information, teachings, and spirit. We don't care if you pay attention to us or dedicate it to the Pleiadians. We just want you to recognize the mechanism at play, so that you can benefit more from it. You have the opportunity to receive more than you have asked for, by visualizing, meditating, sitting outside, and staring at a cloud. There are many ways to loosen your grip on control and allow humanity to receive more of what it desires and needs right now. You don't have to worry about whether we are listening to you or whether we are offering you what you have asked for, and you can take much of the credit, because you deserve it when you receive something you have asked for from non-physical beings. We create together with you and we benefit from everything you experience. You inspire us and we want to reciprocate. We want to inspire you to a state of receptivity, so that you can know without a shadow of a doubt that what you have created is on its way. We invite you to commune with everything that relaxes you, that opens you up more, and that gives you more confidence in your ability to create your reality and receive the manifestations you desire. We are happy to share this path with you, and we firmly believe in each of you and in your abilities, and we invite you to believe in yourselves as much as we believe in you. We are the creators and we love you very much.